The 10th step of the Seder is Shulchan Orech. We are finally spiritually and mentally prepared to eat and partake in the festive meal. How could we eat in the midst of Hallel, in the midst of praise? It seems like a huge descent to break away from our prayers to eat. But when we can eat at the Seder, realizing and remembering the godly energy infused in the food within every bite. It is not a break from Hallel. Actually, our eating is elevated to a level of praise. And that's what we say, that this is the table before God. Actually, the word for table in Hebrew, shulchan, can be rearranged to say lenachash, to the snake. All of the Seder is really a rectification of the original sin in the Chetz Hadas. Some opinions are that the fruit from the tree that Adam and Chava partaked from in the sin was either grapes or wheat. So that's symbolized by the matzah and the wine, and rectifying the sin by celebrating these two ingredients at the Seder table. But the snake consciousness represents ego, represents the chametz part of us. Actually, even in the Midrash, Paro corresponds to the Nachash. When Chava ate from the tree of knowledge, she turned and said, "The snake convinced me. The snake convinced me." And the word for convinced is hishianu. And if you take that word around, you get the acronym Yesh Ani. Yesh means I am a something. I am something separate. And when we feel separate from God, our ego puffs up in arrogance. I am in ego. I am something in my own right, separate from God. The matzah humbles us. The matzah represents ayin, nothingness. It is open to the possibility. When we can flip our consciousness and bite not from a snake consciousness, self-centered, ego-driven inclination, but rather eat and partake in the meal with the consciousness of matzah, of ayin, then we allow Hashem to be present during the whole meal. Another beautiful insight on the meal is that all of the exile began when Yosef's brother sold him into slavery. And that represented a chet, a break in their family bond. So to rectify that big fall, we gather our family together at the Seder table, and not just our family, but anyone, even the Rasha, even the wicked person. We say, "Come, anyone who is hungry or thirsty, come eat at my table." It's a time to open our table to guests of all sorts and have that brother bond and sister bond to unite everyone, because when we eat, food really brings people together. And not only are we eating and enjoying each other's company while eating, but we're also sharing about our bitterness, our exile, and our hardships. And that brings people together more than anything. When we can share our struggles with each other, we create so much unity. So may our shulchan, may our table be elevated from snake consciousness to matzah, ayin, nothingness consciousness. Enjoy the food.